Look, an emergency box from the old day. Wow, bet that nut makes a tight fist. Toxanol was something called a corporate juggernaut, and our world still bears the marks of the massive ecological catastrophes they inflicted upon the land. The apocalypse they caused was the end of days for their world. But for us, it was simply a beginning. Tunnels like this still carry echoes from the past. Can you hear it? Hot metal. It's darkest between the stars. That notice board, filled with the leftovers of used-to-be wants. You're getting close to one of those old Toxanol brick towns. Pay attention. The Toxanol Corporation made this place, and then just threw it away when they were done with it. Toxanol never cared about the waste, as long as they didn't have to pay to clean it up. There must be a track somewhere in this brick town. Just hope it's not buried. Everything seems to take longer at night. A flush seems like the tighteners on the piping need to be unturned correctly to drain the flush stool. That's what you could call a wet disaster. You need to unturn the pipe tighteners to drain the flush stool. That's the kind of trouble you really want to wash away. This corner of the world is called Bricktown. Well, looks like the Fry Sparker's knobs need to be in sync if you want to get the hardware working. It's a Fry Sparker mindset. Boom, you got something. It's not exactly what you wanted, but you got it right away. This could be the beginning of the end of everything. You found the track! Amazing it wasn't destroyed. So much of this place was just discarded. Lucky the track somehow made it. No, it was never nice. It was new once, but that's not nearly the same thing. Just being new never lasts. The tracks moved on from Bricktown, and you should too. Dawn must be coming soon, because it's awfully dark right now. The board mainly has posts from those that used to work at the chug yard back in the days gone. They don't make much sense these days. Not much more to say about the board, but Gizmo is holed up in the underyard here working on that Mekton of his. The Toxanol Corporation used to run chugger-chuggers out of here, big machines on rails with smokestacks that fouled the air. They can carry you anywhere you like, well, anywhere that they go to, and then you can leg it from there. You're on the right track. Keep your eyes open. Tribes always scavenging for scrap, and the yard has plenty to go around. But they should have stuck to looting instead of playing around with sprockets. the door. This is your chance. Let's see. It's all about destiny. Yours, mine, the entire world's. Yes, you can do anything. The sky's the limit. Now, let's take this back to Earth. Wow, you really took that all the way down to the end, in flames. It's a wonder some of these up and downs still work. Guess they built machines better in the past. The spent nuclear fuel that Toxanol dumped in the surf had detrimental effects on the marine habitats, while the overflowing landfills contaminated the groundwater. Combined, I need to brush up on my Wando, but I have a feeling he believes it was you that caused the bang at the yard. Oh, and he says he knows you. You used to call him Gizmo. He gave you the oil-greased hands when he taught you how to upcycle. Gizmo remembers you as a nice kidling, and he can still sense the warmth of your good heart. But Gizmo says how you experience a memory can be different. You know, he hopes you remember that one time he taught you to upcycle, and hopes you've had some use for it over the years. He understands history made Loopin a big part of your past, your present, and soon, your future. You still believe there's some good in everyone. You still have hope for tomorrow. He says you should know that what's meant to be will always find a way, but history shouldn't consume you. Gizmo understands you still have strong feelings, but urges you to keep them under control. You've witnessed firsthand what it'll lead to.
Yes, that's the way. No arguing with that.
Sometimes your gut is flat out wrong.
Don't ever doubt yourself. You are number one.
Even the dark knows you're better than this.
Stick with me. We'll rule the world.
Hard to believe the world is actually going to survive. Just seemed impossible till now. Understands why you're bent on finishing the world off. Supposes it's a mercy to make it faster. Wonders if you liked working with the Myriad. They always seem so centered and so seeking. But that's not important now. Gizmo says it's taken a long time to bring the past up to the present, and where you go from here is up to you. You need to set the past aside, at least for now. He can't leave the underyard as he has no protection against the vacuum in the dead zone. So you need to salvage scrap to upcycle the Mekton, starting with the old crate outside. You should return when you've retrieved the scrap. There's no time to waste if you want to make the Mekton strong enough to fight the Jumbo Puff. That's what he decided to call it after he saw it for the first time. It's big and fluffy. That's accurate enough. If you can see past the blue color, that is. Keep... Looks like the switches need to be turned to match so enough charge can flow through the conductors. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. There's short of breath and death to this zone. Better take care. He who half breathes, half lives. That's the leftover you're looking for. It feels like an ancient dungeon down here. He says that's enough to get the Mekton functional. You'll have an engine, a fuel soaker, a gun and a gathering net, but no armor, nor enough oxygen supply. Something he devised to salvage valuables from the ground. There are usually spots hidden beneath puddles of oily goo where you can use the net. He's been working on another project for the Mekton, a cannon, but it needs ammunition, and by that he means the scripts. He says if they're trained right, they'll turn into a distraction for the Jumbo Puff. The best way to find scripts is to go talk to Moog. He knows the ins and outs of every breathing thing left alive after the apocalypse. Unfortunately, this means you'll have to venture farther out into the dead zone than Moog's camp on the steep depot. Once you find Moog, he'll be able to give you directions to where you'll find scripts. He noticed the Jumbo Puff has a short attention span, so the script should distract it long enough for you to inflict some damage. It's awful bright out today. The Grease Monkey's Mechton is built sturdy, just like himself. Can you imagine how this place used to look before the dead oil flood? Might want to hold your breath before you head any further. You're about to witness the breathtaking vistas of what's known as the Dead Zone. If anyone can take it, it's you. Beats hunting down scrap. Eventually, you're gonna figure something out. In the old world, roads like this really led somewhere. Now, most of them lead to disaster. Hear that? It's called quiet. That over there is Steepo Depot, the cliffside that Moog hangs on to. Wonder who put it here?
Forse in mo diava.
Let's see.
Forse
This one's impressed to see you out here. He figured you'd be dead by now. Not many are as tough and clever as...
ja
Says he's a monster haunter. The best you'll ever see.
kidlo.
Moog says that all your power doesn't do you a bit of good if you're not willing to pull the trigger when the time comes.
Inta padang wagsuva.
Out there with the monsters, it's kill or be killed. Which will it be for you?
Me
You might have a steady aim, but you need to be sure that you pick your targets with care.
dana untiza vela.
It's hard to make those life or death decisions for others, but someone's got to do it. Otherwise, they'll do it themselves, and you...
Vaksa u inta badan.
When it comes to monsters, he mostly picks who dies.
Muksa u inta badan kale.
Says it's wild that the world seems to be coming back, but he supposes that means more monsters for him to shoot.
Badayan analove.
Gets why you're thinning the herd so hard, but he wishes you'd leave some monsters for everybody else.
E kanishala vai.
Says you should give up on working with the stubborn myriad. He keeps trying to put out their lights and they keep putting up new ones.
E kanishala vai.
Says they keep the monsters away. He needs them closer, not farther.
Badayan analove.
But enough of that, right?
Kumu unu shala fi.
He says the wildlife, nature, has changed and turned against us. Instincts of survival took over when the world changed.
Kumu unu shala fi.
He's not sure about their veggie diet anymore, and if it's changed, who knows what it's done with the chemical composition of their body output.
Wakshandona nenya.
Right now, though, he feels he's come to a point where he's got a pretty clear idea on the whereabouts of monsters, both tall and short.
Ishku.
Says as big as they are, the world is bigger. To find where they are, you need to see where they've been.
Zien.
Moog says you must learn to walk before you can run. It takes practice before you can call yourself a monster hunter.
Zatunak.
Fortunately for you, he can help. He understands you need to start off with something small before you go big.
Me.
There's no better place to start than a squip cave. Hunting down a couple of these little says you stick to the haunting and shots present themselves later.
Huwag sandonya inang makamala.
Moog